Hey, some poison. Damn. What we got here, man? Oh, snap. Already. What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and today I'm checking out Poison. That girl is poison. Anyway, something to believe in. I don't know if I've ever heard anything from Poison before. The name sounds familiar. I definitely have not heard this song or video, so this is a first-time reaction for your boy and checking it out. Now it's starting. It looks like a kid is with his father or with the pastor in front of a casket. Damn. So this is probably going to be heavy. You know, we're starting off with some somberness and some pianos. So this one might be a heavy one. I don't know. I don't know what I'm getting into, but I'm here for it. And if you are too, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let's get it moving. 40. Oh, excuse me. Got a little burp there. Hold on. 40.
40-year-old fuck boys are back in town. 40. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old fuck boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, y'all, let me get this logo down and pull the video up. Don't forget, support the original content on the YouTubes. Working on some YouTube content that's original. Also, I'm a rapper, and I put out music videos, stuff like that. When you support it, it helps me produce more of it. And, yeah, let's get into this. Shout out to the members. If you want to become a member, link in the description. There's never, ever an obligation, but it does give you access to the reactions early, perks in the live streams. And again, some of these reactions that don't ever see the light of day, which some of the members know, you can go back in the backlog and there's just stuff sitting there, you know? And that's only because of copyright stuff and weird stuff on YouTube, but whatever, it's all good. Let's get into this. This is Poison, Something to Believe in. Yeah, let's start from the beginning because this looks like a full production. This is in HD. Yep. All right, let's go. I never knew how expensive pianos were until I started doing reactions. It's crazy.
Well, I see him on the TV preaching about the promised lands. He tells me believe in Jesus steals the money from my hands. Some say he was a good man. Lord, I think he's sinned. Yeah. 22 years of mental tears, cries of suicidal Vietnam vet. He fought a losing war on a foreign shore to find his country didn't want him back. The bullets took his best friends in Saigon. Our lawyers took his wife, his kids, no regrets. Anytime I don't remember, in a war he can't forget. He cried, forgive me for what I'd done there, 'cause I never meant the things I did. And give me something to believe in, that there's a Lord above. And give me something to believe in. Oh, Lord, arise. My best friend died alone.
Bro, wow. You know what's crazy is I'm going to keep it a buck. I hope I don't get murked in the comments for this. I'm not astonished by his vocals. After hearing, what is it, Remember You with Sebastian Bach and frickin' Skid Row, like, I'm seeing the imagery here. And that's what I'm thinking I'm going to get, like these like high power, like a rock ballad. I'm not astonished by the vocals, but I am astonished and mesmerized by the lyrics and the message and even the playing. Like it's you know, the chords, everything's just simple in the sense where I can really take in this message. And maybe he's going to go into some high notes or something that I haven't heard yet. And I'm going to be like, but I love the messaging. Okay. And when I get on here, I just try to keep it a buck with y'all. And again, I could self-deprecate myself like I can't sing. Like I'm not saying I can sing better than him. I'm not saying, I'm just giving my opinion of listening to this, okay? Some people get all mad like, oh, this rapper thinks he knows something. I don't think I know anything, honestly. Well, let's not diss myself. But I understand where those feelings can come from people when you say something like what I just said. But again, at this moment, it's almost like, you know, and maybe I shouldn't have said I'm not impressed. It gives me like almost like, you know, when Johnny Cash is telling a story and he's just laying it out to you straight with the guitar and you're like, I'm moved by this. So maybe that wasn't the first thing I should have said, okay? I am actually moved by this song. One, the first stanza about the pastor, right, is a sign that you never put all your faith and belief in man, because we are imperfect, right? Even if you're doing the Lord's work or whatever, you know, a lot of people have left the church or even the concept of believing in a God because a man has made a mistake. And that happens all the time, man. How many of these pastors out there preaching the good Lord's message, sleeping with married women in the congregation, taking money out of the, you know, buying, you know, nice cars, you know, not taking care of the poor with all this money, you know, tax sheltered, which I believe they should get tax sheltered, but I just believe the money, you know, a percentage needs to go to the pastor because they need to live. And I think a pastor should live a good life. He's doing God's work. Good for him. But you know what I'm saying, man. He's right on with that. Then the second one, the Vietnam War vet, it breaks my heart because to see what the Vietnam veterans went through and came back to a country that spat on them is horrendous. And that is it's almost as evil as these wars with the American people. It wasn't, you guys got to remember, man, the government is the gooberment, man. They the one doing all this despicable stuff, making all it's the men and women who put on the uniform just want us to have freedom. They think they're going to these wars to help fight for our freedom and security. The government is the ones doing the nonsense. That's why I always rock my American flag, man, because it's bigger than what y'all think, man. The American flag don't mean the government, man. It means the people. It means freedom, justice for all. That's what it means, man. We got to get a hold on this country. We got a country to save. Anyways, this is a beautiful song. I love the messaging, and let's see where it goes.
Some to believe in. Oh, Lord, arise. My best friend died a lonely man. Some Palm Springs hotel room. I got the call last Christmas Eve, and they told me the news. I tried all night not to break down and cry as tears rolled down my face.
Okay, here it is.
I felt so cold and empty, like a lost soul out of place. And the mirror on the wall, see my smiling face again. I give me something to believe in. There's a Lord above. I give me something to believe in. I give me something. Oh Lord, arise. Sometimes I wish to God I didn't know now things I didn't know then. Road gotta take me home.
I take it back. We're not worthy. We're not worthy, bro. Okay, this was a buildup to his singing. Like he's starting to get into his bag with his voice. And then the other thing is, as I'm listening, he's saying, give me something to believe in. And this is a common thing with us humans. Like, you know, it's like when we lose faith or belief, there's almost nothing. It's like a nothingness, you know? And I love this buildup to like, now he's starting to get in, he's starting to sing more. He's starting to flex more of his range that I don't know. I just didn't know, you guys. And I love it. Yeah. Bruh. Anyways, I love where this is going. Let's just keep it rolling.
an old-born grave. Underneath the broken old neon sign, you used to read Jesus says, a mile away live the rich folk, and I see how they're living it up. While the poor they eat from hell's mouth, rich drink from the golden cup. And it just makes me wonder why so many lose, so few win. Give me something to believe in. Give me something to believe in. Give me something to believe in. Give me something. There's a lonely bird. Give me something to believe in.
I actually love this. I actually love this now. Yep.
Something to believe in. Give me something to believe in. Give me something to believe in. Give me something to believe in. Yeah, sometimes I wish I didn't know.
Yo, this is crazy. You know what's wild about this song is now that I think about the whole beginning part too, it's almost like a country song. I don't know why. Like it hit me as like the way he's singing it reminds me of a country song. Even though this is like, I think a rock, kind of like a rock ballad, kind of. I don't know. But I love the messaging. Like even this whole poor and rich, and we see these lines drawn, and they're not really drawn necessarily on purpose. Like you see this reoccur in nature, right? There's always disputes over resources, whether it be animals or primitive or indigenous, or fast forward to the civilized. I guess you wouldn't, more technology driven everything. It's just, that's how it goes, right? But this line where it's like, you really legitimately have a homeless, poor problem, and then 2 blocks away, you have like Beverly Hills type thing. It is insane how that works. And he said something that I think about a lot. He said, why do so many lose and so few win? And I don't have an answer for that, but when we look into nature, even in the classroom, most people are right around the C level, C students. Most, like they say, I think it's 70%, maybe 80%, or just that's naturally where you range. And then there's a small percentage of A students, and then there's a little bit bigger percentage of A and B students, right? So it's already shown just in the classroom, just in general. And then there's these people who stand out with music or entertainment who kind of, but you always see it. And even in nature, things can be abundant, but there's always winners and losers. I learned that in athletics, and I struggle with that because you want everyone to win, but that's just not possible. And that's where we lose sight when they give people, everyone a participation trophy and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm not going to go too crazy on that rant, but just that sentiment, that thought alone, because I think that thought all the time. Why do so many lose and so few win? And it's funny because people will blame it on capitalism. That's not it. Because people are losing in communism, in socialism, blah, blah. And there's no fair metric to be like measure which thing is better or worse. The truth is, in nature, in classrooms, everywhere you go, people win, people lose. There's people ahead of the curve and there's people not. And people who typically are ahead of a curve see the benefits of that. That's just the way it is. But that thought is so that bar is so thought-provoking because I think about this because I want the answer. Right now I'm telling you from a perspective I don't have the answer. You might have a better answer than I do. I'm still building that stance, but from what I've seen, these are just thoughts that I have in my being a 40-year-old man now.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I didn't know now things I didn't know then. And give me something to believe in, yeah.
There you have it, man. That the banter of give me something to believe in, there's certain I was at that place this place. I've talked about it on the channel before for some of you guys new to it. Me and my wife, we had our first stillborn. Oh, man, sheesh. Yikes. We had our first stillborn. I think it was in 2016. Huey, he's a little over 6 months old, you know. And I remember just crying, like, why did this happen? Like, just being very upset. And that's when I went to my faith. But I was at that point, I was like, give me something to believe in, like, you know. And I actually I felt like I lost everything in that moment because of that. And that's why I went back to my faith. And a lot of good things have happened since then, you know. But I had to go to a very dark place because we had 2 stillborns back to back. We had Huey and then our daughter Indigo, which is a very similar situation, right around 6 months as well. So we were in a very dark place, you know, and I remember having that concept of like, give me something to believe in. I feel like my wife was more there. I gave it to God. I was like, what else? I felt like Job. I have nothing else, Lord. I have nothing else. Just help me out. Then we had my daughter Alinea in 2018. So, you know, we all get to these points where we need something to believe in. Some people are like, oh, I'm tough. I don't need nothing to believe in. I'm this, that, the other. Cool, man. Kudos to you, man. But sometimes, you know what they talk about, hope and faith being one of the most powerful emotions. You see them talk about that in the Hunger Games and how they utilize fear and things to control masses instead of hope and faith. Because hope and faith are very, very powerful. So anyways, I love that, man. It got me talking, got me thinking. It was a great song. At first, I was like, I don't know if I'm impressed with these vocals, you know, because I'm just thinking, you know, this is what I'm about to get. But he started hitting some pockets, and, you know, I'm taking that back. I hope you guys, you know, I can strike that from the record. You know what I mean? This was fire. Anyways, let me know what I got, what I missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Bodie.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ.